This is the CHRILLCAST. I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
I'm Zang. I'm Luke.
I'm 00.
And before we get into these Manic Monday topics, Will, why don't you say Manic Monday for me?
Oh, I hate doing this. Manic Monday. So creepy. This is why we still don't have it. People get on Monday like, nope.
So today's video is going to be all about Halo 4 on PC and a couple other Master Chief Collection and Halo related updates. But before we get into that, let's introduce the channels we have here. We got Zang. Why don't you tell me about your channel?
I do reaction videos to all sorts of great stuff. Star Wars, Halo, Arrowverse, all great things that also are extremely infuriating because of copyright. But I am also shifting to Halo videos too. So yeah, it's basically my channel. I'm just a random reactor out there in the thing that is YouTube.
You're not so random when you hit 800 subscribers. You got 799, so you won't be random when one more subscriber.
One more, yeah.
Maybe you can convince Luke to subscribe. We'll see.
I'll bump that number up. I'll get it up there.
All right, Luke, how about you?
Yeah, I'm HiddenXperia. I make Halo videos, and also when there's nothing Halo to talk about, which is basically all the time at the moment, I make SCP videos as well.
Yep. All right, Installation00.
Yeah, I make Halo lore videos, and I'm best known for my most detailed breakdown series.
Yeah, and who was the person that shouted you out in the beginning? Was it what was that guy's name? I can't remember. You know,
Eckhart's Ladder.
There's a really great, most detailed breakdown on Eckhart Slatter's channel that Installation00 did, and I saw some comments on there that said begging for that British accent to come back, and I'm like, you realize it's not the same person, right? Anyways, I just thought I'd highlight that. It was pretty funny. So we're going to talk about, the first thing is the Master Chief Collection has gotten an update for the Xbox Series S and X to make it work better and make it more optimized. What do you guys think about that? I thought that was pretty cool.
I have no opinion on it because I wasn't able to get a Series X.
Me too.
I mean, I've not played the updated MCC on console yet because all the features that they've added I've had on PC for a while, but I love that they're adding PC features to console editions of games finally. It's really good to see console players get features like FOV sliders, uncapped, or not uncapped frame rate, but like 120 frames for a higher refresh rate monitors, like better draw distance and everything, crossplay as well. It's good to see console games getting PC features finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as a console player, I'm not big on PC gaming. I suck at it, to be completely honest. And I didn't understand the significance of an FOV slider until I went to PC gaming and just experimented with that a little bit. I was like, whoa, this is awesome. And then when I first tried 120 frames per second for the first time, I can't play 60 frames per second anymore without complaining.
Dude, experiencing a refresh rate above 60 for the first time is like opening your third eye. It is a real life-changing experience. I'm not even kidding. First time I got a 144Hz monitor, I must have sat there for an hour moving the mouse around on the desktop, just looking at how smooth it was going.
I just got a high refresh monitor not too long ago, and I was like, whoa.
It's so good.
00, you got any idea? Did you get an Xbox? Did any of you guys get an Xbox Series X?
Yeah, well, Luke did for
that's what I thought. I thought you
suspicious
did.
reasons.
I refuse to buy off scalpers, so.
No, I wasn't fortunate enough to get one. No. But,
so I do know two people now that have one. I know Luke and Forge Labs. Both of those guys got them.
Yeah, I think we both got sent them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like you can't buy them though.
I've had the same issue with the PS5, but trying to get a PS5 for bloody ages, and I just can't. It's just, I'm not paying £900 for some asshole scalper for it. Like, I'm not giving into that.
Definitely not happening.
Well, you know, if you loved a franchise as much as Halo on Sony's side, maybe they'd send you one.
Oh, dude, I wish, man. I wish. Should have made Demon Souls videos.
All right, sorry, 00, I cut you off.
Yeah, so I played Halo 4 at launch, and being able to play again now with a PC is just like, obviously the graphics alone, just being able to see it, you don't necessarily initially think that there's a massive leap, but once you get a semi-decent gaming system, a semi-decent gaming PC, the increase in graphics fidelity is awesome. It's great to see cross-play now finally being a thing. I mean, that's already opening up some immense possibilities for the future of Halo, for being able to have cross-play between PC and the Xbox console. And I'll be honest with you, since having MCC for PC, I haven't gone back to MCC on the Xbox. I probably should, but I have this awful feeling that I'm gonna fire it up. I'm gonna be like, nope, can't do it. Sod it. I'm going back to the PC.
Well, when you finally get an Xbox Series X, I'm sure that'll be more comparable to a PC.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I just need to get myself sorted with one of those.
Be.
Yeah,
that definitely will be. Yeah, the biggest thing for me is like I've been playing games now in 4K for like 5 years, 4 years, 5 years, so like a long time now, and I always find it tough going back to console because the games are always in 1080. It's going back when you played it in 4K. It's like when you play the game at a high refresh rate for the first time. It's so hard to go back. It's so tough. So yeah, but it's good to see all these PC features finally coming to console. I'm happy that that's finally happening.
Mm.
So the other thing that, before we get into the Halo 4 discussion, I guess Halo just put out an update. They're not going to have anything at the Video Game Awards. What do you guys think about that?
It kind of sucks. Yeah.
Sucks, but kind of
Slowly killing my
expected.
soul since July.
Yeah.
Well, I meant to say this earlier when Luke's saying that he went to lockdown and he can't rock climb. Shortly after, Halo comes out and says, "Yeah, we're not going to have news for a while." And I'm like,
Exactly. I'm telling you, man, the simulation works in weird ways.
Yes.
All right, now that we got that out of the way, Halo 4 has finally been released on the PC. It kind of got shadow dropped. At least in my mind, it was like in the middle of the night. I woke up the next day and Halo 4 was out. I was like, what? And then so it was released on for the update, the Master Chief Collection. My goodness, which is now truly an all-encompassing package of the Halo first-person shooter games, except Halo 5. But it was not a perfect launch, but it seemed to have launched pretty well. What do you guys think of the launch on PC? Any comments or criticism?
I think that. Oh, go on.
I was just gonna say the Halo 4 update was pretty good. I know some shaders and lighting issues have popped up, but I mean, not to excuse it, but it is always to be expected when you're updating a game as big as MCC with as many moving parts. Like, it's like whack-a-mole, you know. Like, you put Halo 4 in, and 3 other games pop up with bugs. Like, it's always bound to happen. Not that I'm excusing it, but it's more. I would say it's a lot more difficult to make updates to a game like that with so many engines and moving parts in it than it is to just one game. But overall, I think the update's been pretty good. Halo 4 looks good on PC. Still not the biggest fan of its art style, but like actually visually in terms of the actual fidelity, it looks really good. It looks really good.
Well, it looked amazing on the 360. I remember when it first came out, just thinking like, wow.
Give me that chip.
Yeah. I remember on the 360, that was the first time for a Halo game where I actually thought like, dude, holy crap! Like, I'm not a fan of the art style, but the actual, like, the literal graphics are like, that was the first time I'd ever thought for Halo, like, wow, this looks pretty mad.
I will say for Halo 3, that was the first time I played a game in HD, and I hooked it up to like an HD TV, and I actually just stared at the levels. I just walked around. I was like, this is the future. It's never getting better than this.
Yeah, dude, that jump from like a tube CRT TV to a HD TV from like Halo 2 to Halo 3, that was huge. I think the only reason that I don't really think back on that as well as Halo 4 was because I was quite young when it happened. But like looking at it objectively speaking, that was a massive jump. Like, that was huge.
The young people nowadays will never understand the struggle of doing a LAN fest with your buds and having to actually lug a CRT television to your mates.
Yep.
Well, truly, Halo 3, playing that first level, Arrival, right? I was blown away. I mean, the grass, you could literally, it was the first time in my life where you could see grass defined in a game.
Yeah, or you shoot the water and there's ripples. Oh my gosh.
Oh, dude, Halo 3's water, I used to be obsessed with that. Before I had Xbox Live, I used to sit there and kill myself on Valhalla and just watch the body float down the river.
Now, Will, you mentioned before you thought that Halo 4 would have done better as an Xbox One launch title as opposed to a 360.
I think this is a common opinion. It definitely should have been pushed, and given more time to work on the multiplayer because that was kind of trash. And also maybe like instead of having a ridiculously long cutscene with a librarian, they could actually have had this. I don't know what happened to our screen here, but they could have had
Chris. I lost
a couple levels there.
Oh, you're back. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pull you back down. We might be swapping people's. Oh, that's what I thought was gonna happen. Hold on, let's fix it.
I'm better looking and British.
There we go. Okay, we're all set now. We're all
I
set now.
suddenly love tea.
Oh no, I lost Will's in the wrong place now too.
What were we talking about? About playing a whack-a-mole? You move one person and they all move after that.
There we go.
I'll just chill out over here. It's fine.
Yeah,
I'll let you guys sort yourselves out.
in regards to Halo 4 being a launch title for the Xbox One, I 100% agree. I absolutely agree it should have been. I mean, the game did have, I think it had like 2.5, 3 years of development anyway, so just because it came out only 2 years after Halo Reach doesn't mean that it didn't have as long in the oven to cook. But yeah, I feel like the game launched without a ranking system. I mean, dude, come on. Like, no. I mean, Reach had one, it was garbage, but at least Reach had one. Halo 4 just launched completely without a ranking system, like no campaign theater. Forge was lackluster. They could have buffed up all those things so much if they'd had another year, and also a more powerful system to make the game for.
There wasn't even that much time, was there, between the Halo 4 coming out and the Xbox One launching?
It was
I think it was literally like less than a year. It was like
Jesus.
7 days or something, less than a year. I really don't understand why they didn't just leave it, because it wasn't like Reach was doing badly. I mean,
yeah, that was that should have been a situation where Microsoft just stepped in and be like, hey, let's have this launch, because we're talking about Halo Infinite. It'd been so nice to have launched on the new Xbox, but it would have been cool to have Halo 4 on the Xbox One.
That would have sold a lot of consoles, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think it would have done. Like, imagine if the return of Master Chief was the tagline they used for the Xbox One. Probably would have made up for all the mess ups they made with like DRM and everything. It probably would have kind of covered for that, but it didn't.
Yep.
Matrick might still have a job though. That.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he went to Zynga after, and then Zynga went under. So I don't know what he's doing now.
Anyway, I don't. That was mean. But something that I do really appreciate about them like reintroducing Halo 4 on PC and back into the MCC is that now all the Spartan Ops campaign, not visuals. I can't think of the word. The videos, cutscenes. There you go. Goodness, the cutscenes are actually in the game now. So that ruined it for me that you could actually go and watch the cutscenes away from the game, because I would just go and watch them instead of playing Spartan Ops. So they actually have that as like a, the ending of each mission. You actually get to see the cutscene. Is really cool. And then also the terminals. You don't have to access the Halo channel anymore.
My God.
So like the thing is, I will go back and play this game now and explore because of those two things.
Yeah, it's nice to have Halo 4 back in like more parity to its original release version as opposed to the original MCC version. Because the original, I mean, it's still not perfect. I mean, obviously the one thing that everyone knows about is that the Reclaimer cutscene is still broken. That there must be something about that lighting issue in that cutscene that is so hard to fix, because that has been a problem now for over 6 years and it's never been fixed. There's got to be something about that bug that is like impossible to fix, which kind of sucks. But yeah, it's yeah, sorry, go on.
Are you talking about the one where everyone was showing off the? I know Late Night Gaming and Alex, they were like showing screenshots of like Lasky and like a really weird lighting on the. Is that the cutscene you're referring to?
Yeah. The one at the end of Reclaimer with the "Give me that chip." That one.
Give me that chip.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that one.
No, sir.
That one was it was that one after you destroy the particle cannon.
Am I on the right scene or no?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I love that Del Rio literally thinks that surrender that AI is one word.
Surrender that AI.
Surrender that AI.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I did a live stream of Halo 4 on PC the day it launched on MCC for PC. And
I was there.
when it got to, you were there. Awesome.
I was there too.
Yeah, I mean, I made a comment, you didn't respond, but
he responded to me.
But yeah, when that cutscene came up, that was all the chat was going on about. Is like the serenity of the AI, the give me that chip, and yeah, I think we were saying like you should have his voice should have cracked like halfway through it, like so it sounded like he was like a teenage boy, started crying. Chief has to give him a cuddle,
calm him down.
Yeah.
Surrender that AI.
Just do it. Just do it. Oh.
So I know there's a lot of things to complain about when it comes to Halo 4, but what's your favorite part now that you've gotten to revisit it on the PC? What's your favorite part of Halo 4?
Narrative.
Yeah, I mean, I love the story. I don't think it was implemented very well from a gameplay standpoint, but yeah, I do like the story a lot.
I think the one scene that really sort of caught me is the final scene when Chief is on the observation deck and Lasky gives him time to himself. At that first time that Chief talks out loud to himself, that first acknowledgement of his humanity, for me was like a wow kind of situation. Because all this time he's been the silent protagonist. He's been stoic. He's only ever responded if Cortana said something, and generally speaking, he doesn't always respond when she says something either. So to have him then suddenly be stood on an observation deck alone and say, "She said that to me once about being a machine," was just like a wow. This is like the beginning of an arc for Chief where he's going to realize his mortality, his humanity. It was just, it was a more mature storyline. I think for me it was like I've been playing Halo since CE, and I was a child when I was playing CE, and now I'm an adult, and suddenly Halo 4 comes out and it's got this kind of mature adult narrative that's going along with it. This discovering of humanity, this ethical dilemma of whether or not child soldiers are right, and this, that, and the other, and if the ends really do justify the means. That was just like, wow, we need more. This should be what Halo is going to be. I mean, the execution of a few other aspects of Halo 4 were debatable. That's that's on record. It's academic, but the narrative, I think, generally speaking, across the board, people say the narrative was awesome. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
The one cutscene that lost me was the Cortana cutscene when she's jumping out of the light bridge. Every time I see that, I just shake my head. I just think that looks so dumb. And the thing is,
I'll be honest, it does look a bit weird when they all just kind of rise out the light bridge at the same time.
The thing is, that game had me. Like, I really was enjoying that game until that point, and then it's like, what the hell is this? And like suddenly she's like holding down it. Oh gosh, it's just so bad. I don't know if anyone actually likes that, but I hate that. I hate it so much.
Again,
the title of that video contains epic sadness.
The name of the channel is FB Walshy FTW. In case anybody wants to find this person. Anyways,
I read.
I think I'm subscribed to him actually.
All right.
Yeah, Walshy. That channel, it's not actually Walshy, but it used to be really, really big for like montages and stuff.
Okay. What was I gonna say? I had something. Oh, now that it's been remastered and we have all these cutscenes and stuff, and Halo 4 is on the PC, we have one holdout, Halo 5, right? Do you guys think it makes any sense for 343 to release Halo 5 on PC at this point in time?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is. I mean, I think it's no secret that I'm not a fan of Halo 5, but I think people should be able to, like, PC fans that have been pulled into Halo because of MCC PC should have access to all the Halo titles, even if they aren't exactly the best ones. They should be able to play them all, like including Halo Wars 2 as well. Halo Wars 2 and Halo 5 need to be put on Steam, both of them.
Oh, Halo
It's
Wars 2
criminal.
is not on Steam?
Nope, still up to the Windows Store. Still
Oh my
only on the
gosh.
Windows Store.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I think that would really help that game too, because it didn't sell super well. So I think putting it on Steam would really help it.
Yeah, because it's a great game. It's a great
Yes.
game. The thing is with Halo Wars 2, this is a bit of a tangent. I won't talk about this for too long, but Halo Wars 2 is a great game that released at the single most incorrect time for what it was. It was a Halo RTS that launched at a period when Halo and RTS were pretty low. Like they weren't exactly the most popular things. And it's a great example of both of them, but it just launched at the worst time, and I feel like it didn't get a fair shakedown because of that. It's a fantastic game that deserves a second wind, and I think adding it to Steam along with Halo 5 definitely
agreed.
give it that.
Yeah, I don't know how doable it is, but do we think it would be likely at all that maybe 343 would be able to integrate Halo 5 Guardians into the Master Chief Collection?
I hope not.
I hope not. I mean, Halo 5 is, 100 and something gig? MCC is like 175 gig complete. I think at least. It might be smaller than that. Either way, if you add the two together, it's
Fair
well over
shout.
200 gigabytes. So it's like that. I mean, obviously you can install like select games at your own will. You don't have to have everything installed, but I think when you've got a game pushing like Modern Warfare size, you need to start of like rein it in a little bit. So you've got
Yeah.
one game that takes up an entire SSD. That's when you need that with compression and file sizes.
Yeah, and the thing is,
someone
like, it's taken me 5 years or however old Halo 5 is to get to rank like 92 in Wars and like the multiplayer. I'm gonna be so mad if they restart that and they put it back in the
Will's like, don't take away my rankings.
I know, it's taking me so long to get there.
I have a new
think someone
appreciation for Halo 5 after going back and playing it again. Like, the fact that it can play on the Xbox One VCR and look as good as it does is still super impressive to me.
VCR.
Yeah, it does look pretty good. I like it better on the X, but it looks pretty good still.
So you guys are
I
saying
thought-
it should launch separately, or are you saying you would not be opposed to it being the giant SSD size file?
Nah, I say give it its own launch on Steam.
Yeah.
Because another thing you've got to consider as well, it's not just the file size. It would be the amount of UI elements that would be involved with implementing just Warzone and Rex into MCC. Like,
Oh, good. Yeah, fair shout.
could you imagine the amount of like UI overhaul they'd have to do
Mhm.
just to accommodate loot boxes? And then you're gonna have the whole thing of like people saying that MCC has loot boxes now because technically it would do, even though they aren't applied to the other games. I don't think they'd go near adding it to MCC. I think if they do it, and honestly, I don't think they'll do it for a while. I don't think they'll do it before Infinite. I don't think that's on the cards right now. It'll happen at some point in the future, I think, but I don't think they'll do it for a while because I mean they don't really need to. I don't think.
What if
It's
they went
not really-
the cheap route and said it's in xCloud? There you go, PC players.
Oh no, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't get away with that. No chance. As good as xCloud is, they would not get away with that.
No. I mean, they could do something where if you have both games on your PC, there could just be like a little toggle in the MCC screen where you can like select Halo 5 and this brings you over to the game. So you don't have to like exit out of MCC and then go into Halo 5.
Kind of like how Cold War does with Warzone, where it's not actually in the game yet, but if you click it, it opens it. Yeah, I guess that could work.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, to be fair, MCC already did that with the Halo 5 beta, didn't it?
With Halo
Yes, they
5
did.
beta.
Mhm.
So technically, yeah, they could do that.
I think the other thing.
Didn't someone?
Go ahead.
Sorry,
Sorry. Go ahead. No, you've been interrupted like 3 times now.
Yeah.
I thought someone from 343. It wasn't Postums. I think it was someone else, but they already confirmed that they weren't even gonna try to release Halo 5 on MCC like at all. They didn't say they weren't gonna release it on Steam, but I'm pretty sure someone confirmed from 343. They said they aren't gonna put it on MCC. I don't remember who it was.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not
it
surprised.
doesn't matter what they say. It's what they do that I'm going to take stock in.
It's not a surprise though. I mean, I think adding it to MCC is entirely unrealistic. The amount of manpower that would make just to add it, let alone get it working. Like I said, all the UI overhauls, the new things that have to add to the game, things that have to rework it. I mean, MCC right now, I believe, has 11 or 12 engines in it, including all the customization engines and everything and UI engines. It would. I mean, MCC is already pretty unstable. Adding something as big as Halo 5 and as complex as Halo 5, I think that'd just push it over the edge. I don't think it'd be worth it. Just give it its own release on Steam, make it a separate entity, leave it at that. That's the way I see it.
I still want them to implement a feature that allows you to play the entire Halo series campaign in sequential order, where you just go continuously
Yeah.
through.
I was actually going to say, I don't think this is a feature, but custom playlist creation would be kind of cool. Where you can make your own playlist of, like,
Yeah,
you know how there are
cool.
playlists in the campaign?
Yeah.
You could make your own playlist and then, like, put it on your file share or something. And then it'd be like, you can make your own, like that. You can make a complete canon order playlist where halfway through Halo 2, it stops and you start playing ODST. And then you come back to Halo 2.
So cool. Yeah, that'd be
That'd be really cool to do something
And then
like
a
that.
black screen pops up that says, "Now go read this book."
now read 3,000 words of a trilogy.
Yeah.
No, just stick to the games for now, and then we can add that in later.
Dude,
It's
when,
like
are they
it's-
gonna have the audible, when are they going to have the audible audiobooks for Steam? That's the real question. When are they getting that?
Add that to the MCC collection in the middle. Just all right.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna have the narration section.
Now there's 18 hours of audiobook.
Just think before you even start playing any of the Halo games, you've got to listen to the audiobooks of the Forerunner saga first, and then fill out a quiz to prove that you've actually.
and then Broken Circle, and then Fall of Reach, and then you've got the games, and then you'll have to read all the others. Oh god.
Somebody should make a Halo timeline book like they did with the Zelda timeline book. The Zelda Historia, I think it's what's called. Make like a Halo Historia, just like here is all the events, and then here's the books to get there. Like a really quick, artsy book with that in it.
I'm not
No,
doing a
we can't,
book, but I do want to do a video series where I kind of explore everything from start to finish.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing something like that in the Run Up to Infinite. Like just one video that'd be like 2 hours long that was just the entire, like literally everything. Like start to finish, it would be a long ass video, and that would be, to be fair, that would definitely be a video that I would 100% get other people in on. So, Mr. 00, I'll give you a call.
You guys could have Same Token jump in there too. He's got his 35-minute Halo recap video. He said there's a bunch of stuff he wanted to add in that he couldn't.
I'm not surprised. Like that's the thing. If I ever got around to doing that, because it would be a Herculean task. But if I did, I'd want to literally include everything. Like it would be like the timeline video, not a single detail. Like Chief would eat a bloody protein bar, and it'd have a part of a video about it. Like that, everything.
Now released on Blu-ray, HiddenXperia's Halo recap.
Longer than all Lord of the Rings extended editions put together.
50 hours of content.
That'd be good.
Anyway.
Slightly, 50 hours.
Anybody else got anything they want to say about Halo 4 on PC?
It's a good port.
It is.
They should put some clothes on Cortana.
That's pretty much all I gotta say. I think it's a good port. They did a good job porting it. We'll see it finished.
Yeah. Installation00, anything else?
No, I absolutely agree with that sentiment. It's an awesome port, and being able to play it on PC and all of the new features that have sort of come with it being on PC is awesome to see, and it's even more awesome that those features are actually making their way back over to the Xbox. The cross-play also is I'm sure paving the way for some awesome stuff. We already know that cross-play is going to be a factor in Halo Infinite, and this is kind of a way for them to dry run it almost, give it a test, make sure that it works. So the more people that you got playing on Xbox and PC, the more people that we're having, playing these the cross-play feature, the better that Halo Infinite is going to be. So hey, it's an investment in the future.
Excellent. All right, guys. I do want to say thank you to Luke, because I know he was only committed to Monday to Wednesday, and this is the Monday episode. It's kind of weird. It's kind of out of order, but that's fine. So thank you, Luke, for being on the show this week.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me on, fellas. I appreciate it.
And I'm not sure if 00 is going to stay on for the Friday video or not, but thank you also for being on the videos this week.
You're very welcome.
And your random surprise in the middle of the Thursday video was a welcome one.
Just thought I'd gate crash, kick the door in.
And Luke, you should definitely check out Xenoblade Chronicles X. I will say that. I think you'd find that a fascinating game, even though it's stuck on the Wii U all by itself.
It's stuck on the Wii U. Ooh, yikes!
But it's got like mechs and futuristic planets and colonization. I think you'd really like that game. But, anyways, as always, I'm Chris.
I'm Will.
I'm Zang.
I'm Luke.
I'm 00.
And we will see you
on next CHRILLCAST. Bye, guys.